Hello, my name is Ian. Welcome to my channel, Inflightmuzik. Let's just get right into it. If you search YouTube, you'll find all kinds of videos on trap scales that supposedly your favorite producers use. Last week I showed you most of those scales are a myth. Many of them are actually using the same pattern of notes as C major, which is all the white notes. If you click in all the white notes, you'll be able to move these anywhere on the piano roll, and you'll come up with pretty much every scale that your favorite producers use. You can use this exact pattern of notes to create pretty much any pop, EDM, country, hip-hop, trap, any of those songs, any of those genres, and most of them will fit inside of this exact pattern, anywhere on the piano roll. But last week there was one scale that I didn't cover. This scale in particular is highly associated with TM88. It's called the Arabic scale. Well, here's the secret. Even if TM88 himself is claiming that he's using this scale, he's actually not using this scale. He's actually using a scale that we went over last week, harmonic minor. This is what harmonic minor looks like. If you just take the white note that's to the left of the middle black note in the three black keys and move it onto the middle black note, like this, that's the exact pattern for harmonic minor. You see it's only one note different from the C major scale. Now you can move this anywhere on the keyboard and you'll have all 12 of the harmonic minor scales. A lot of those videos are only using 5 of the notes in the Arabic scale, or less. And because of that, a lot of them are confusing the Arabic scale with harmonic minor. The reason being, all 5 of the notes that they typically use in those videos fit inside of the harmonic minor scale. Here's some clips of some of those videos using the Arabic scale, and I'll show you that the notes that they're using actually match up with the harmonic minor scale. But the thing is, in the Arabic scale, there's 2 notes that aren't going to sound right, which is why none of those videos use those notes. So if you switch to the harmonic minor scale, not only will you be able to use all 7 notes, you'll be able to make even more chords, and even more melodies, and even better bass lines. Alright, first I'm going to switch this to the harmonic minor scale, using the scale highlighter. Alright, that first clip only used 3 notes, and you'll also notice none of these videos show them making chords, because it's a lot more difficult to make chords when you only have 5 notes to choose from, but it's still possible. But anyway, these are the 3 notes that that video is using. Boom. You see that these 3 notes fit inside of harmonic minor. The second clip uses these 3 notes, and again, boom, you're able to move those into the harmonic minor scale as well. That last clip just uses the C major scale. You'll see we'll be able to match these notes with the white keys. Just move this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you could add this one in if you wanted to. This clip uses these notes right here, and we'll be able to match that up right there with the harmonic minor scale. And again, this video uses only 3 notes, and we'll be able to match this up. Right there, harmonic minor. And this last clip used C major, the regular pattern of white notes. So, and again, every single one of those videos claim to be using the scale that TM88 uses. They're switching back and forth between C major and harmonic minor in terms of the pattern of notes. So really, if you just know those 2 pattern of notes, you'll be able to hit every single note that all of those videos are talking about, plus 2 additional notes that those videos avoid, because the 2 notes that are in the Arabic scale, they'll never hit those other 2 notes. Those notes will make the song sound Arabic. It won't sound trap. So now let's finally hear the difference between harmonic minor and the C major scale. I'm actually going to play something in G major, and to highlight those, Now what I actually played is in a minor scale, but again, I'm only using the pattern of notes that are in C major. I just call it G major because that's the main scale that I taught myself to play in. But again, we'll be able to move these onto just the white notes, and you'll see that it matches up perfectly. And there, I'm playing only white notes, even though I played in a different scale, because if you move that pattern of white notes anywhere on the keyboard, it's going to match up. Now this is what it would sound like if we change this to harmonic minor. I'm going to duplicate this and slide this over so that we can hear them play one after another. It's just that one note that's different. And we could also do that up top here. Let's hear the difference. You can hear the second part had a darker feel to it, a more melancholy feel to it. That's the power of harmonic minor. If you use that in trap music, you're going to come up with some really dark bass lines, really dark chords, really dark melodies that are really going to help you out with your trap music. And by not trapping yourself in the Arabic scale, you'll be able to use a lot more notes that are going to fit in your music. This is probably the reason TM88 uses the same exact bass line in a lot of his songs. If he is using the Arabic scale, he's stuck to those 5 notes, and he's not able to use the additional 2 notes that he would be able to use in harmonic minor. Really, the key to get more trap melodies and trap chords, it all depends on what chord you start on and what note that you start on. That's when you start getting into the idea of modes. Now, a lot of people will say modes are different scales, but really there's 7 different modes, and every single one of those modes actually match up to the same pattern of notes of C major. So if you know C major, you actually know all of those modes in terms of what notes you're allowed to hit. They're not different notes, and I'm going to prove that right now. So again, we're just going to highlight the white notes. And let's switch to a mode. Right here, this should tell you that modes are the same exact thing as major and minor scales. Well, not the same exact thing, but the same exact notes. Aeolian is the same thing as natural minor. But let's go to Lydian. You see right there? It matches exactly the same notes. The whole point of modes is not to change up what notes you use. It just tells you what note to start on when you're playing your music. So for example, if you're in C major and you were to play E Dorian, that just means that you're starting on key of E when you're playing your piece of music. That's the first note that you're playing. And when you do that, it creates a different feel. Typically, when you're in a scale, you should know by now there's only 7 different notes to choose from. Depending on which of those 7 notes, that's the name of the mode that you're playing in. That's all that a mode means. It doesn't change what notes you're using. It just changes what note that you're starting with. So experiment making your melodies starting on different notes. Specifically, I recommend for trap music, starting with a note that's in a minor chord. So find your minor chord in your scale, and if you start on any of those notes, you're automatically going to have a more trap sounding melody than starting on any of the other notes. So again, even if you wanted to, you could use the 5 notes that match up in the Arabic scale if you wanted to stick to those notes. But I definitely recommend using harmonic minor instead, because 1, you'll be able to make more chords, you'll be able to make more melodies, and better bass lines. So overall, if you use the pattern of notes that are in C major or the harmonic minor scale, you'll be able to move those pattern of notes anywhere on the keyboard, and you'll stay in key, which is the first step to making good music. You want to be in key. I would say more than 90% of the music that you listen to, whether it's pop, country, EDM, trap, hip hop, it doesn't matter. Most of it is in the same pattern as C major. But if you want that darker sound for trap music, I would definitely recommend harmonic minor. I hope this helps. My name's Ian. Thanks for tuning in to Inflightmuzik. I will see you later. Peace.